and welcome again to my saucy kitchen. I'm going to show you today how to make my version of chicken cacciatore. I've tried to make it, I think when I've seen original recipes, the chickens tend to have the bones in, which I'm not really into all that. I prefer to have I prefer the breast. So this is the ingredients. Chicken breast, which I dice, about 3 chicken breasts are there, about 8 ounces of mushrooms, which I've sliced. I have a green, a red and a yellow pepper. These are quite, you can kind of cut them roughly, as you can see. You haven't got to be too fancy. Just make sure you take the seeds out and the stalk and throw that away. I have an onion that's chopped. I have a jalapeno, 3 garlic cloves. If you have fresh ground parsley, which is this one, use that. If not, you can use dried. Chopped tomatoes, ooh, flying parsley, chicken stock, and then your season. We need olive oil, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, oregano, basil, or oregano. Sorry, I have to get my international spices right. Salt and pepper, and the magic ingredient, the delicious half glass of white wine. Even though a quarter of it goes in the dish, the other half I drink. So here we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat up the olive oil and saute the onions, and then I'll come back and show you what we do next. Okay, so the onions have been sauteing for maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and then I pop the mushrooms in, just because the mushrooms give off water, so I wanted to get some of that gone before I put the chicken in. So what I'm going to do now is just pop in all the chicken cubes, and then I'm going to put in all the seasoning, just sort of sprinkle that over all the chicken, and then I'm going to add also the garlic and the jalapenos. Keep that parsley to the end. And we're going to mix this around, and then basically we're just going to kind of brown the chicken a little bit, which is probably going to take 5 minutes or so. So I'm just going to do that, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I do with peppers. Okay, I know it looks like I'm having a steam bath at the moment, but what's happened is I've cranked the heat up on the chicken. Basically I just wanted the chicken to lose the pink colour, which it has, and then I'm going to add the wine. And the reason you put it on a high heat is to cook the alcohol off. Most importantly, first we'll have a little sip. Delicious. And then we're just going to pour that over the chicken and let that cook just for a few minutes. That will cook up and all the alcohol will float away somewhere. But it really adds to, oh, that's such a nice wine. That wine is Albarino. I have to thank my sister Jackie for introducing me to Albarino. It's a fabulous Spanish white, if you ever want something light and crispy. It's great for lunchtime. You get a little hangover in the afternoon if you have one glass too many, but it is delicious. Alright, so we're going to pretend that's been cooking for a couple of minutes so I can finish off this dish for you. So what we're going to do now is add all the peppers. And I know it looks like there's lots, but they do actually cook down to nothing. They'll get really small as the dish cooks on. So we're going to actually turn that down a little bit as well. And then we're going to add the tomatoes. So you add your can of chopped tomatoes and give that a good stir, as much as you can. And then we're going to add the chicken broth, and I always have a cup of chicken broth because I never quite know how much I'm going to use or need, but I want it to be able to cover the dish so it can cook. Actually I'm going to use the whole cup in this one. Oh, it's gone all quiet. Okay, then we're just going to push it all down, make sure everything's covered with the stock. Push down, and then as I said, it's going to reduce down smaller in about 20 minutes or so, and then you can kind of judge your juice, hope you need any more juice by then. So pop the lid on. I'm going to leave this for like 40 minutes, and we'll come back and finish it off. So it's been cooking for about 40 minutes. Let's take a peek and see how it looks. So as you can see, the peppers have all reduced down. Oh my god, it smells magnificent. Oh, that's lovely. What I did was about the last probably 10 minutes before it finished, I popped the parsley in. So that's been cooking for about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is just transfer it to a bowl, and then we'll finish it off. You're back already? I'm just having a little taster of my wine again. So here we are, the finished chicken cacciatore, my version. As you can see, it's just lush. It's just a really delicious, yummy, tasty, warm, comforting bowl of yumminess. And we like to have it with rice. It also tastes really nice with pasta. Those little twisty ones, or the or the bow ties. But it's just really good. It's a great meal to cook in advance. I like to even cook it the day before. The flavours kind of infuse the more they sit together. The garlic, the wine, the onions, the peppers. It's truly scrumptious, I promise you. Freezer's great. Send it up to my kids all the time at college. It's just a lovely family meal. So I hope you guys get to enjoy it too. Ciao. Chin chin.